All right, we should be live on Facebook and YouTube. What's up, everybody, to Dynamic Discs update for 2021 with Jeremy Rusco. Man, it's been a long time since we've done one of these, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's almost like we've been busy or something.
I know, but we got to give the people what they want, and they want information. They want to know what's up with Dynamic Discs, so we are here to do that with everybody. Now, just to remind you guys, if you're new to this show, make sure you put your questions in. We actually are broadcasting to our Facebook page and to our YouTube page. So put your questions in the chat, and Anthony is on it with Facebook, and Danny is on it for YouTube. So he will relay those questions over to me via the magic of the internet and Google Docs, and we will get those questions for Jeremy Rusco. But first, Jeremy, let's catch people up. How have you been? We're already into the second month of 2021. Are you surviving?
Woke up today and it was February 1st, and I was like, hey, it's moving week. Let's go. Come on. We got big things happening. And lots going on. 5 months into fatherhood. I'm still here, still kicking. Hampton's still here, still kicking. And
that's a good sign. If you're still here and the baby's still here, that's a good sign for sure.
Yeah, life has been busy. Disc golf is still growing like crazy. It's an exciting time to be involved in disc golf. And it's hard to believe that tournament season is almost here again for us in the northern part of the United States.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of touring season, we had team players from all over different places come to Emporia so we could work on some media content. And I wanted to, let me see if I can remember, if I can do this correctly. I want to show everybody the fun that we had. And that is some of our players just having a great time at the new warehouse. We got to have some fun. And so with some photography, we got a duel coming out. We got some condensed in the bag. So you kind of get an idea of what they're going to be throwing for the year. But this is them having a great time. And I tell you what, Jeremy, we have an amazing team for 2021. And I am so looking forward to watching them go out there and play and just be dynamic while they're out there.
Yeah, it was super cool to see them in town, and just they're all motivated and eager to get the season going. And it's this is going to be an amazing year for the professional disc golf scene with the Disc Golf Pro Tour continuing to grow, and there's a lot going on out there, and it's I think this is going to be the best year yet for the professional disc golfers. So, thanks for entertaining our team all week long. You and Anthony and Danny and EMAC, and unfortunately, Gabe was on quarantine.
I know.
Right? So Taco stepped back in a little bit, and So anyway, and then Paige Shue, while not in that photo, if you did not tune into her Instagram or Facebook or ours, you probably saw that she had a big announcement to make. And if you haven't tuned in, check out her big announcement today, and exciting news for her and Grady and the entire Bjorkus Shue family.
Yeah, good stuff for her. Congrats to her for sure. So we talked about the move, but what can you share with us about the new warehouse, Jeremy?
Well, we are just absolutely thrilled to get moved in. We are going to start the move starting this Thursday, the 4th. And man, we got a lot of stuff to move, and we are very much looking forward to having the additional space, additional footprint. Our warehouse operation is going to change dramatically for us in order to keep up with the growth. We are going to pick up a lot of efficiencies in the way that we're able to operate, a lot better storage space, which means we're going to be able to house more inventory. We got more stuff in transit right now than we have ever had in transit. We have 6 disc containers on the water. So every week, every Monday, Latitude 64 has not disappointed. We are going to be receiving, we used to ship containers about every 4 to 6 weeks. And to know that we are going to be shipping a container every week for the foreseeable future just speaks volumes about where disc golf is going and the demand for dynamic Latitude and Westside products. So lots of stuff happening there. I do have a little bit of so this new warehouse, this unfortunately a business in Emporia closed the Emporia operation, which allowed us this opportunity to get into this new warehouse. And unfortunate for Detroit Remanufacturing, but a very fortunate situation for us because this warehouse is large and it's ready for us for the most part. And we are going to be spending some time and some money into updating the warehouse. And if I can share this, one of the last things, am I sharing here, Bobby?
I can see it. Yes.
Well, beautiful. So one of the cool things that we're looking to do is change the inside work break room space and hangout space. And so this gives you a little virtual view of what some of the inspiration looks like. This would be, unfortunately, that is not the ocean.
Dang it. I thought we were going to bring in the ocean.
That is a nice, very large parking lot anyway, you walk in the front doors, you're going to have the reception / customer service area, and then just this nice big break room space and lounge space where looking forward to having dynamic staff hang out and have a good time. And yeah, we got some work that's going to be being put into this building. And this is the last thing, I guess you could say, that we're going to be doing. We were hoping to have all that done by the Dynamic Discs Open at the end of April. I am not so optimistic that that's going to come together for the front of the warehouse, but hopefully all the office build out on the warehouse side will be done. I know that I'll be posting lots of daily updates on my Dynamic Rusco Instagram account, and I'm sure that the Dynamic social media feeds will be, as we transition over there, you'll be seeing a lot of the progress as things are coming together. And it's definitely an exciting time for all of us at Dynamic Discs, and appreciate everybody's support and understanding as we shut down for a week and a half. So if you're a wholesale customer, if you need to get an order put in, get that order put in today, tomorrow, the next day, so that we can make sure we get it out the door to you. And fortunately, we've been able to get orders out the door. Essentially, we're on a 2 to 3 day processing time right now. So it wasn't too many months ago where we were 2 to 3 months behind, or not 2 to 3 months, but 2 to 3 to 4 weeks behind. And now we're just 2 to 3 days behind at the worst, and that's pretty good stuff. So turn it back to you, Bobby. You got some questions for me?
Yeah, just to clarify and make sure everybody understands, that's just on the wholesale side that will be done. As far as dynamicdisc.com, if you're just a customer ordering a disc or a basket or something like that, that's still going to be available, correct? This is just on the retail side as we move the warehouse from the old warehouse to the new warehouse, correct?
Correct. And Bobby, it's not just a customer, just
excuse me. Our awesome dynamic customers. Yes.
Yes. There we go.
Yes, we do have a lot of questions. If you just tuned in, if you tune in late, this is your opportunity to ask Jeremy Rusco a question. This is Dynamic Discs Updates with Jeremy. This is our first one for the year, so I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions for him. So let's see. We've got 888 Huskers has quite a few questions, so we'll see if we can get to those. He says, will the fourth major change scheduling for the Dynamic Discs Open?
No, as far as I know, and I don't expect this to be any different, there will not be any change to the scheduling. It is 2 weeks apart to whatever extent. Obviously, that is a little bit of a travel. But these disc golfers, the touring professionals, are used to it to whatever extent, and they've got to get out back to the West Coast anyway. So I suppose from Georgia to Kansas to the West Coast, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. He did, looks like 888 Huskers puts a little request in for more prime, retro, origio, mid-ranges, and drivers this year. He really enjoys the Maverick and Escape in a prime.
Heard loud and clear.
Suggestion box. Here we go. There it is right there.
I hope we can deliver more.
Yeah, I hope so. And just he had a question about the Dynamic Discs Open Volunteer Pack. I don't know that we have any information to share with that. I'm sure as Doug gets that stuff put together, more information will be sent out via our newsletter and via our social media. So make sure you pay attention to that to get information on that. And of course, we are all excited for Super Bowl Sunday.
What's up?
Kansas City Chiefs. Someone wants to know, can we get a Kansas City Chiefs disc already?
Well, we did try to pull that off with the disc golf experience at Arrowhead Stadium, and I can't remember. We got to put something, Casey, on the discs, right?
I don't know. It'd be nice, but I don't know if we
But
can.
we are hoping for back-to-back Super Bowl champions, and hoping that we bring the disc golf experience back to Arrowhead again, as that would be pretty dang cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. One more question, then we'll get back to our little agenda. Someone wants to know, are there plans to mold discs once we get into the new warehouse?
Yeah, good question. And we're always working on something. You guys know that. And disc production is obviously something that we believe that Latitude 64 has just done an incredible job over in Sweden. They've increased their production capacity substantially to transition into this year, as we expect the disc golf to keep growing. The good thing about the new warehouse is it has all the electrical capabilities in the world, which is a nice to have. And that being said, we're figuring out where disc golf is going, and where we need to be to keep up with the demand and with the growth. And there absolutely is a possibility that production could at some point, not a portion of the production could come over here, but we will keep Latitude 64 running at 100% capacity. And we'll need to make sure that there's more demand than Latitude has capacity for before we make any decisions there. Fortunately, it looks like disc golf is growing, and we're going to have a hard time keeping up. So always working on something.
Always working on something. Okay, one more question that'll actually lead into our next agenda item. When will the EMAC Judge be available? I actually have one right here, Jeremy.
Yeah, EMAC Judge, what's up? So I believe those were slated for, gosh, I need to get the release calendar. Bobby, you probably know more about the release calendar than I do at this point, but things did get delayed just slightly with that. There's some congestion at the ports and just some overall things that are delaying things. But I believe we were planning on a late February release for that, and hopefully it's not too much after that.
The latest I know is kind of that. There's been a delay. We were thinking mid-February, but now it's going to be a little bit delayed. So make sure you are plugged in everywhere we are on social media, because that's a lot of times I get messages. People say, when will this come out? When this come out? The first place we put stuff out when we know things are available is going to be our Instagram, our Facebook. We're even doing a little TikToking. So make sure you get on TikTok so you can see stuff there. Oh yeah, we did some TikToks with our players. So you make sure you find Dynamic Discs. We got some funny TikToks coming out that our play. They already did one, a Harry Potter one. So you got to make sure you check that out. They had fun with that. So they did that all on their own, which is really cool. But yeah, EMAC Judge should be coming out soon. Guys, we are so anxious to get these out and in your hands. So we want to let you know as soon as we can. And so make sure you're tuned in there.
Yeah, I think we've got an amazing, between the judge, the warden, the deputy, the marshal, the guard, and now the EMAC Judge. I think we've got an incredibly strong putter lineup. To that extent, I mean, you could say the slammer and the suspect are those tweener approach discs, but EMAC Judge, I know a lot of people are looking forward to that, so it's coming. And then the Evader is another disc that I'm excited about. I think this one's going to find its way into a lot of people's bags, and coming out shortly after the EMAC Judge, I believe in sometime in March.
Yeah, so we got an Evader here. Nice little prototype for you. Only mine, all mine. No one else can have this prototype. Actually, Danny and I think Anthony's been out throwing it too, but Danny's been out throwing it. Clemens and Oakley been throwing it, and they really like it. So yeah, and they actually put some stuff out on their channels as well. So you can check out information if you want to find out how it flies and stuff like that. You can get information from Chris Clemens and Eric Oakley and what their thoughts on it. So we'll be putting out some stuff on it as well. We don't have a date for this, do we, right?
I don't know if it's set in stone, but the release calendar is going to start getting updated more frequently as we now have visibility on those containers. As I was saying earlier, there is some port congestion where things do get delayed, but we're hoping to have some more general updated timelines on our release calendar, and that's when I guess we'll know more about when things are expecting to get released.
Excellent. All right, let's see if we got more questions coming in. Guys, as always, when we're doing updates, submit your questions to the YouTube chat and now Facebook comments, and we will get these over for Jeremy. This is your chance to have a direct line to Jeremy Rusco. Mr. Drew wants to know, what is the likelihood for discs that didn't make the production schedule this year to ever come back to regular production?
Well, we know those discs are important. In terms of regular production, I don't think that is so much of something that we will come out with them. They'll be smaller runs, and we expect that they'll be essentially in the warehouse and out of the warehouse very quickly. It'll be enough where we think that people will be able to get what they need to last for a while. But I think it's going to be quite a while until you find those as essentially like a stock item that you could order any day of the week. Those will be more one and done type, cycle through our warehouse and cycle through the retail stores. The problem was that a lot of those retail stores were sitting on some of these discs for a long time. And when discs start collecting dust on the shelves, it's time to fill those shelves with something else. And now that all those discs are gone, including, I got this one in the mail. I was talking about this.
What is that?
I was talking about The Suspect a couple broadcasts ago. Yeah, more than a couple weeks ago. And Merry Christmas from Joshua Lindsay, aka the Ginger Giant 85 on Instagram. And thank you for hooking me up with this. I had lost a couple suspects over a couple weeks, and this one is getting ready to go in the bag on my next disc golf round. And I got another one that was sent. So thank you. I don't need any more discs though. I appreciate the kind gifts. I have plenty, and I need to try some new discs anyway. So
nice. Well, we got a super chat from 888 Huskers coming in at $4.99. So thank you so much for that. 888 Huskers. He says, any chance of a suspect run in 2021?
I would sure like to think so. We know that disc is important. We know people like that disc, and we know that the people who have 20 or 30 in the closet probably sold them to the people who really need, or have donated to the people that need them. And so anyway, it's time for the suspect. I would expect that there's going to be something coming out before too long.
Yes. Someone says, I've seen EMAC talk about a new release for Westside. Any other plans to grow the brand for 2021?
Yeah, absolutely. We know we've been falling short with Westside availability. That is ramping back up. I noticed on what left today, there were a few more Westside molds than some of the previous containers, and there is or are a couple new discs that are being planned for Westside over the coming year. I'm not going to get to the specifics on that right now, but they're coming, so that's good.
Okay, they are coming. All right, so what do we got next on the agenda here? I think you already talked about the 6 containers coming in, and Latitude 64 sending us something every Monday, which is good.
Yeah, and keep in mind, we've essentially we had to change everything to no longer doing air freight, and so everything had to start coming over by container. And the first containers that left are just getting ready to start showing up. So we've had 6 weeks or more gap of really no new discs coming into the warehouse. And so once these containers start showing up, you're going to start seeing more availability, more selection, more variety. And we can't wait to start unloading the containers and opening up the new boxes with new discs.
Excellent. All right, we got a super chat from Doc Zen coming in hot.
What's up, Doc?
Air wardens. He wants some air wardens. Make it happen, Bobby. That's what he says.
Air waffle wardens.
Air waffle wardens. Yeah. We could call them light light wardens, the air.
Yeah.
Light waffle more.
I think there was some discussion in terms of what, because unfortunately Lucid X the Lucid X Warden is not something that going to be able to have for AJ's Tour Series fundraiser disc. And it was good to see AJ throwing again while he was here and looking healthy and saying he's back.
He's back, huh? Yeah, he was back for sure.
But anyway, I think, you should get an AJ's ear and see if he wants to come out and run of those to change things up. hybrid waffle wardens are what are slated right now. I think some moonshine, but he'll need some more variety on things.
I'll talk to him about it. Another super chat, $5 from Tyler Bartow. He wants some VIP X maidens.
Well, Tyler, thank you for the super chat. So the problem is that the Lucid X production is really challenging in the putter molds, and for that reason, the scrap rate is so high that Latitude 64 right now, as things are so busy, essentially for every Lucid X putter that is being produced, we're losing another disc of production because the scrap rate is basically every other disc is bad. And so that's not good. And that's not how you want to run production. And so Lucid X putters, I know Kristen Tatar does have, she's the pure molds up a little bit better, I guess, and has less complications, but traditionally all the other putters are a challenge. So we hear you. We want them to. It might be a while though.
Well, Tyler, we won't use that $5 for a VIP X maiden. We'll use it for a few tacos. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you anyway. All right. So we got a new partner store, a new Dynamic Discs partner store. You want to tell people about it, Jeremy?
Yeah. Dynamic Discs, Iron City, Birmingham, Alabama. Ben Swam, Chris Pierce just opened up their store officially January 1st. Things have been super busy over there. Follow them, check them out on Instagram and Facebook. They've been posting stuff almost every day. The store looks great. Lots of excitement, lots of disc golf happening in that area. If you haven't met those guys, they're amazing. They've been around with disc golf for a long time. I remember Chris, back when it was probably Rusco22@hotmail.com. I think Chris and I were in communication as Dynamic Discs was slowly growing out of my Rusco22@hotmail.com inbox. And so, yeah, we've got some more Dynamic Discs stores slated for later in the year. We'll keep you updated on progress there, but we're thrilled to have Dynamic Discs Iron City out there in Birmingham, Alabama. So go in and say hi to those guys and tell them what's up.
Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Facebook as well. Just look them up by name. Dynamic Discs Iron City. They're doing a lot of fun stuff out on the socials. So keep up with them so you know what's going on there. Let's see. One more question and then we'll go back to the agenda. What discs could we expect this year for the Trilogy Challenge 2021?
With everything that's been going on, and Bobby, you probably know more than I do, with everything that's been going on, I have taken less, I have not been able to keep up with the production schedule as much, what's being produced, what we're coming out with, when, and it feels kind of weird, and I don't necessarily like that, but I guess that's part of growing, part of what's going on right now. And as we get transitioned into the new warehouse and some of these new things buttoned up, I hope to be able to be in the zone a little bit more on that stuff. But for right now, I think there's the EMAC Judge in a different plastic blend than what would be offered anytime throughout the year. That's going to be part of it. And
isn't there like the SPZ2 from Latitude 64?
I believe there's the new disc from Latitude 64.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be something Westside.
Yep. We still got time to figure it out, though, folks. We still got time to figure it out. So
I could promise you they're on the production schedule, and they're probably getting ready to. Those discs will be sent on the container very soon, and I'll hopefully know what we got then.
Cool. All right. So Jason Wilder.
Yeah. So in addition to Dynamic Disc Iron City opening up. Team Dynamic Disc member Jason Wilder. A lot of you guys know Jason. He is making a bigger commitment to doing even more disc golf up there in the northern part of the United States. And we're really looking forward to having him. We have his van purchased, and Jason it's going to be getting wrapped. And Jason is going to be, I believe, in Emporia here very soon. To pick that bad boy up, and you can expect to see him hosting more events with a more professional tournament setup than he's had in the past. So he's really excited about about what 2021 is going to bring. I believe he's got over 20 events scheduled around the Twin Town area, and yeah, he's ready to rock and roll. And it's very cool to see more people wanting to continue to grow the sport by running more events and doing promotional disc golf activities in their area.
If you want to find out more, if you're in his area, you want to find out more about events, you can go to twintownthrowdown.com. I'm sure he'll keep that page active for you, so you can make sure you find out what's going on with him for sure. So someone does have any updates on when Westside Disc production might come back, especially for the Sorcerer? That might be a good segue into your next agenda item, which is a Westside Bag Progress.
Yeah, we've been talking about this
I was going to say, I bet people didn't even realize they've been looking at it this whole time. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, we're keeping it back there in the shadows. So first of all, I know this thing is just, it feels like we've been talking about it for, God, it feels like a decade at this point. But anyway, the bag is coming along, and it's in the background right there. And we actually have two different bags that are in development right now. These are essentially the second round prototype, and it's right back here. I'm going to grab it real quick. We're not going to share too much about it because we want the two bags, and I just have the one back here. We have Nico LaCastro is going to be unveiling. Would that be the right word, Bobby?
Unveiling, talking about, just kind of doing like a first impressions type video.
Yep. And you know, the great thing is that we are the first round prototype was like any first round prototype for a new disc golf bag. It was a little rough, a little raw around the edges. If you go back and look at like the Dynamic Discs Ranger bags or the Commander bags as they came together, it takes a couple times to get those bags dialed in, and we're feeling really good about the second round. And the third round, after getting some feedback from Nico as well as Erica and some other players, we think we're going to be spot on with where we wanted these bags to be. And Nico's going to be unveiling it on Thursday.
Yeah. So follow his Facebook and Instagram, Nico LaCastro. In fact, I just texted him this morning and responded just right before this call and said he's going to talk about it.
So I'm not going to show very much of it. Hey, for all you gatekeeper lovers out there,
hey.
One of my favorite mid ranges. But anyway, it's got a lot of sneaky storage on it. You can put a lot of discs in there, and Nico will go through all those finer details on what his thoughts are on that bag, as well as the larger version. And I kind of expect with as many discs as Nico likes to carry out there, sometimes he's going to go with the larger version. But that bag right there, you can fit close to 30 discs pretty easily in that.
Nice. That's awesome. A couple questions we can go over. Will the release calendar be getting updates again? I think you mentioned something about that happening, so that takes care of that. Are you guys coming to the Bowling Green Open like you did amateur championships? I think we've stopped kind of going because it's so close to Dynamic Discs Open, right? So I'm not sure that what presence we'll have there, but we'll have maybe something there.
Tyler Searle in the Latitude 64 RV will be there. Yeah, Bobby, you and I have typically gone, or Danny went on the last trip. With it being so close and still so many uncertainties, I guess you could say, with travel and doing things. I don't know if I'll make it out there, but Dynamic Disc, Latitude 64 Westside, Tyler Searle, that setup will be there, and got to come to Emporia for sure to come see us. I don't know.
All right, let's see what kind of salesman you are, Jeremy. 888 Huskers just gave us a $4.99 super chat, and he said, "Jeremy, I'll give you $50 for that gatekeeper right now."
Oh, you know, I have been thinking about selling a few of my discs that I don't even have very many collectible ones, but yeah,
what was it? Was it a prototype? I didn't even look that close. Was it a prototype or?
Yeah, it's just a
Was it a Dymax stamped?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got these when we were over in Europe that one time.
That
They
looks
were
like
blank.
maybe.
They were blank, and
Uh-huh.
brought it back here, I think, and got them Dymaxed up. See if I can make this. Perfect.
Nice. All right. Let's see. Are you guys? Let's see. How epic will the new media space be? Rising Am. It is going to be epic. We are so excited. We have so much plans for the podcast. So much plans for doing more live shows. So yeah, this space is going to be awesome. It's going to take a little bit longer than the like. We're going to still be working over here while they do some building and what's the word I'm looking for? Remodeling. Yeah, remodeling for us. But we will be over there sometime in April, hopefully. And yeah, I'm looking forward to working with the new space. Any word on Westside coming out with new merchandise? You just talked about the bag. What is the best place to eat for Dynamic Discs Open weekend? We're the locals. He loves disc golf and amazing food. Where do we go? Well, you definitely, my pick is going to be Radius Brewery. Oh, they got some good food. We ate there twice, I think, while the team was here, and I think most of the team ate there about 4 times. That's how good it is and how much you want to for sure. I had a pork loin sandwich. It had jalapeno cornbread, and then it had a chipotle sauce on it. So good.
Yeah, I think there's going to have to be a show as we get closer to Dynamic Disc Open that talks about all the things to do. Radius is absolutely one of the to go must go spots. Casa Ramos for Mexican and margaritas. And
Any margaritas?
I love me some Bobby D's for barbecue.
Yep.
And the list keeps going on, and we will share more of that as we get closer to Dynamic Disc Open on what places to go.
We're actually going to do a special DDO podcast series on that. So best places to eat, best things to do, how to prepare for the tournament, what all you need to do to make sure you take advantage of all the activities. So make sure you're subscribed to us on Spotify or your favorite podcast app. All right, so let's talk about Crispin and Handeye Supply.
So this is an exciting deal for me and for Dynamic Discs and for Crispin, and I'm just pumped. For those of you who know Crispin, Crispin is a incredibly talented artist. You see what he comes up with anything Handeye Supply, and Crispin has been doing that on his free time, maybe sneaking some of that stuff in while he was at work, where he was a graphic designer. But anyway, Crispin has made the life-changing decision to step away from real world work and put 100% or close to 100% of his attention towards Handeye Supply. And so Crispin has been coming to the Dynamic Discs warehouse 2 to 3 days a week to make sure that he gets keeps doing things to push the brand. As we transition into the new warehouse, it's going to be exciting to see how much more stuff can come together for Handeye. And so anyway, moving forward into this year, you can fully expect to see more Handeye Supply stuff, as Crispin has made that commitment to be dedicated to growing the brand. And also, Crispin and Handeye Supply made a really big decision to be a major sponsor of the Disc Golf Pro Tour for 2021. And so you're going to see more Handeye Supply stuff out there on the Disc Golf Pro Tour with, I'm not even going to get to the details of what's going to be out there. You'll have to tune into the first Disc Golf Pro Tour event. And anyway, there's going to be some more stuff coming for Handeye. And I know that Crispin has been working with Chris, who's our director of products, on some new bags for Handeye Supply. So if they take as long as the Westside bags, you'll see the bags in about 2027.
If you follow Handeye on Instagram or Facebook, you know that he's got it. Like you said, he's got a unique way of expressing himself through his artwork. Well, he's already come to me with 2 different commercial ideas, and I busted out laughing with each idea, and they are totally Crispin. I don't want to give it away because I want people to be able to enjoy the ads when we make them, but they're going to be hilarious.
So you're making them?
Yeah, we're gonna make them. Oh yeah, they're so simple and so unique and so like what, but it's so Handeye Supply. So yeah, it'll be good.
Super
All
cool.
right,
Yeah.
what do
So
we got?
when you see more hand-eye stuff through the Dynamic Discs channels, I guess just know that it's because Crispin is on board and he's motivated. He's passionate to grow Handeye Supply, and we are 100% in support of that. And for those of you who don't know, Crispin came up with a lot of the original Dynamic Discs, some of the like the DigiDs, a lot of the Dynamic Discs graphics from 10 years ago and even more were from Crispin. And he and I have been friends for a long time. He's been a big supporter of Dynamic Discs and been real integral in a lot of the things that we've been doing on the graphic side. So excited to have him on board.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let's talk a little bit Dynamic Discs Open.
My gosh, come to town, come see us. The end of April is going to be epic. It's, of course, none of us know what the COVID situation is going to be like at that point in time, but I think that at least optimistically thinking, we're going to have a disc golf tournament. We're going to have people doing what they do with disc golf, which is being safe, being socially distant. We're not going to, if the situation is what it is, we might not have some of the inside events. The situation seems to change all the time, but we are very excited for the Dynamic Disc Open. We've got almost 1,200 competitors already signed up, registered, ready to go. I know there's waiting lists already formed on some of the divisions, and including the professional MPO division. So if you haven't signed up, get signed up. If you see that there's a waiting list and you want to make it, get signed up on the waiting list. A lot of people end up having to drop between now and then because who knows what came up in life, but we're excited for the Dynamic Disc Open. It's going to be a special time to bring back so many disc golfers to Emporia. I hope that we're back to giving hugs. So I give all my disc golf family hugs, but I'm guessing we probably won't be back to giving hugs just quite yet. So
not quite yet.
We'll hug at a distance.
Yeah. So yeah, and one of the more effective ways we communicate to the players, spectators, and just anybody about what's happening at the event is through our mobile app, and we've continued that with this year. And we're going to have a lot of fun on there. You can actually post your own pictures. You can talk to other people within the app, and then also you can keep in the know of the schedule and other things. And I'm able to send push notifications to remind you about things and to tell you about any changes that happen. So make sure you go to dynamicdiscsopen.com, look for that DDO mobile app page. That'll give you instructions, or simply just go to your Google Play or Apple Store and look for Attendify, download that app, and then look for the Dynamic Discs Open event and then join. And that way you'll be in the know of everything going on. Let's see what questions we got real quick. How is the stock going to be in Europe for DD Westside and Latitude 64? When can we expect to see fully stocked shelves?
Well, I hope there's none over there in Europe so that we can have all of our inventory over here. On a more serious note, I don't know what the European situation is like. I know disc golf is growing like crazy over there, and I'm guessing there's going to be a shortage of discs, much like there is here. There's going to be availability, but there's not going to be the wide variety and wide selection that people have been used to before the COVID rush of disc golf explosion. But they're working hard over there. I can promise you that, and they're doing everything they can to get those shelves stocked back up. But shipping a container every week to us is definitely not going to have those shelves growing over there.
888 Husker sends in another $4.99 super chat. He says, Jeremy, bring that gatekeeper to the Swedish bonfire and I'll bring you my checkbook.
888. The thing is, this is a really good mid-range disc for me that I can't wait to see at the bonfire.
You better have it. I'm sure he'll hunt you down. Hug or no hug, COVID or no COVID, he's going to hunt you down, and he's going to want to get that gatekeeper. Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys, one last chance, one last opportunity. Send in your questions real quick for Jeremy on YouTube chat or on Facebook, wherever you're watching this, and either Anthony or Danny will grab that for you. John Reed, question. Eric Oakley was hinting at original classic moonshine truths and warns this year. What's the difference between various moonshine globe plastics? Are there different types? I guess he's thinking of classic plastics and premium plastics, the difference, I guess, there.
Yeah, well, we've done some limited stuff with putters. Eric Oakley has been asking for that. I believe those. There is some of that stuff slated for production at some point this year to, but I don't know. That's you better message Eric McCabe on what's officially coming down the line there. He's the one keeping in touch with that, but always working on something.
I did miss the question from earlier. Will the EMAC Judge be available in premium plastic?
At some point, I feel confident that there will be a run of premium plastic EMAC Judges. Definitely don't know when that will be, but it's something that it will be, I think, a very sought after production run, and you'll know when it's coming out. Won't be anytime soon.
All right, a couple of quick fire questions. Does the new warehouse have a field like the current one that you use for testing and stuff? I believe that field's big enough for us to set. I'm sure we'll set something up for throwing and things like that.
Yeah, I thought you were in charge of setting up the disc golf course, Bobby.
I was the pickleball court.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So yeah, that's the next 3D rendering will be the back where the pickleball court is going to go. It's been really pretty wild to see just how much transition that warehouse has gone through in the last couple months as they've transitioned all the stuff that was in there, transitioned that stuff out. And yeah, we're looking forward to having some more meeting space, some more break space, hopefully that pickleball court and a 9-hole disc golf course that there's definitely some more ground there and that testing ground, much like the current warehouse, except even more. So it'll be good. Come see us. With
the new warehouse, are we looking to hire more people?
Yeah. So that's been one of I think the coolest things that's happened during the pandemic. Obviously disc golf grew like crazy. We grew like crazy. Exciting times for disc golf. At the start of the pandemic, we were like mid 40s. I think we had about 45 employees at that point in time. 2 weeks ago, when I did a little quick count on the number of people that we paid for the week, it was at 66 people that received paychecks from Dynamic Discs, and that didn't include our team members or anything like that they get paid. And so we have hired quite a few people over the last several months, and with more space, with us continuing to grow, we are fully expecting to continue to hire more people. So you can go to dynamicdisc.com/careers, and there will be a place there where you can submit your resume and let us know that you're interested in working. And we absolutely do go through those and look at those. And I know that we've been having Doug Burkus has been very busy on interviews and hiring. And I know that we are looking forward to continuing that trend and hopefully having some more people come in from, some of the hires that we have. We hire from outside of the Emporia community, and it's pretty cool to have transplants coming to Emporia. And so send that resume in.
Someone asked, with the new warehouse, are we going to see a return of after hours at the warehouse? As a matter of fact, yes. With a warehouse that's roughly 4 times the size of what we have now, I will have plenty of space to hover around and do some stuff. But yeah, of course, we're going to have some fun at the new warehouse so you guys can get to know what's going on over there and kind of get you a feel for the setup. But yeah, I already I had to look for it. I found the charging cable, so I'm going to charge up my hoverboard. And once we're starting to move in a little bit over there, I'll get some after hours at the warehouse done. I had fun doing those.
Can we get like a supercharged hoverboard?
Maybe I need to get a 1-wheel. I hear those are pretty popular.
Oh, this sounds dangerous.
I know that we might need more insurance on me if we're going to do 1-wheels. So.
Hey, and while we're on that new warehouse, make sure, our social accounts for the next several months are going to be blowing up with some of the progress that's going on, including my Dynamic Rusco account, where I'm going to be showing more behind the scenes stuff of some of the construction. So make sure you stay up to date with that. I know this morning when I was over there, they were starting to put up the framing for the upstairs offices. And so
nice.
It's going to start coming together really quick.
Very cool. So here's a good question. Any kind of variations of different questions, but one general idea, the Royal line that we've seen from Latitude 64. Do we have any news to share about us doing anything with the Royal line?
No news to share at this point in time, but yeah, there will be more of that stuff coming. And I do believe that you can be expecting something to come down the line with Westside on a couple different discs there. So yeah, at some point some stuff will be coming, but we don't have anything as far as I know that is officially on the calendar.
We have somebody wants to know what I would like to know, how to go about getting involved with a partner store with Dynamic Discs. Of course, I already purchased from you guys through the warehouse, a wholesale warehouse. I own Blue Point Discs in Edmond, Oklahoma, and would love to speak to Jeremy about this awesome opportunity for us both.
Well, the cool thing is you don't have to talk to me about that. You get to talk to my brother, Jeremy Rusco, and he's a whole lot more fun than I am. He likes to tell a whole lot more jokes.
He's got baseball stories to tell. So
he's got stories. And if you want to know some stories about me, oh gosh, you're gonna get to know way more than you probably need to know about me. So anyway, Jamie Rusco, my brother, our national sales director, he's the one in charge of the Dynamic Discs partner store opportunities. And so yeah, reach out to him, Jamie, Jamie at dynamicdisc.com, or give a phone call in and get in touch with Jamie, and he will absolutely be thrilled to talk to you.
Excellent. All right. Well, we're running it up about 50 minutes. So if you kind of want to wrap things up with the last little bit of business on our agenda, Jeremy.
Yeah. The one thing that continues to surprise me about disc golf and with all the growth that's happening, the number of people that still continue to put an importance on 18-hole championship level disc golf courses. While those courses are amazing and while they're great, and while I like playing them, and while a lot of people like playing them, it's really important to keep in mind that these new disc golfers that pick up that one disc or that 3-disc starter set, which we're seeing as an unbelievable number than ever before, if they go out and play that championship level disc golf course because they don't have a beginner-friendly disc golf course in your community, they might be turned off and never come play disc golf again, because if they throw that one disc in the water, they might call it quits right then. Or if they shoot 65 over par for the round, they might lose interest in disc golf. And so it's really important to keep in mind that 9-hole beginner-friendly disc golf courses are, in my opinion, super important. And I continue to hear feedback from people as they put in disc golf courses, 9-hole disc golf courses. Now, these holes need to be 150 to 250 feet. Hammond Park in Emporia is our busiest course in town. And we just last week put in another 9-hole disc golf course at Emporia State University that is very much Hammond Park. Small, short, technical holes that I can't wait to see those new disc golfers, the college students, walk from the dorms to that course, have a great time, and just grow as a disc golfer, and then start to want to play the more challenging courses that we have at Jones and Peter Pan and the Country Club. But keep in mind, a 9-hole disc golf course does not take the amount of ground, does not take you can put these 9-hole courses on much smaller pieces of property and help grow the game. And so don't just put all your eggs in one basket with needing to believe that you have to have an 18-hole disc golf course, because these 9-hole disc golf courses are super important to continue to grow new players.
If you want to see how fun a 9-hole course can be, Eric McCabe has his own YouTube channel where he recently did a few videos where he plays at the Hammond Park 9-hole course. In fact, he did one with AJ Risley. We did an EMAC only round. And you can see that they had plenty of fun. I'll even give a spoiler alert. there is an ace in the latest video. So if you want to see a pretty cool ace, check that out on Eric McCabe. I believe you can just search for Eric McCabe on YouTube and you'll be able to see that.
Super cool. Yep. Well, hey, everybody, we appreciate the heck out of you. You know, we love what we do and definitely couldn't do it if we didn't have your support. So let's keep growing disc golf. Let's keep having fun. Let's start thinking that the warm weather is coming. What was it? Summer is coming.
No, it was winter is coming, and it's been here for a while. So it's about time for it to leave.
So anyway, hey, thank you guys. Stay tuned as we transition into the new warehouse and have a lot of exciting things going on for Dynamic Discs. We can't wait to open the doors to the public. I think we're going to get a couple segues for the warehouse tours. That way we're not running the risk of people falling over on Bobby's hoverboard. And with that being said, thank you guys.
All right. Thanks, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you tap that notification bell so you know every time we upload a video. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you follow us on Facebook so you know. If you're not listening to our podcast, you need to listen. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up. In fact, I did some podcast episodes with Eric Oakley, Tina Oakley, Cynthia Ricciardi, Chris Clemens, and John Nicholson. So good stuff. They're answering your disc golf questions. Just all kinds of stuff happening all over the place. Make sure you follow us because we want to help you become a better disc golfer.